In the grand tapestry of football, one nation's hues dominate: Brazil. It's not just Brazil, but an arena where football isn't merely sport, it's existence personified. A motherland that has nurtured the finest players the world has ever witnessed. A team that has captivated the universe with their exclusive flair of play. So fasten your seatbelts as we embark on a journey to the past, delving deep into the heart of Brazilian football's magnificent history. Our tale takes you back in time, to an era in the late 19th century. It was a turning point when Brazilian football saw its inception, brought to the country by a foreigner named Charles Miller. The year was 1894, a period that became a milestone for the country. Miller, a São Paulo native, left his motherland for England but later returned with a football. The return of Miller was not only a physical journey, but a symbolic voyage that marked the birth of a new era. He didn't just bring a ball, he brought a passion, a fervor that would soon engulf the nation. Football became the heartbeat of Brazil, beating rhythmically with the country's spirit. It wasn't just a sport for them, but a symbol of their national identity, a mirror reflecting their gusto, their zeal. The fire that Miller lit became an eternal flame, setting ablaze an unstoppable journey. It was not just a game, but a life force, a narrative that transcended beyond the football field. It was a tale of struggle, passion, victory, and loss. A tale that would become synonymous with Brazil. The year 1894 marked the birth of Brazilian football, brought to the country by a British expatriate named Charles Miller. Miller, a São Paulo native, returned from England with a football, and the rest, as they say, is history. The early 20th century witnessed the founding of Brazil's inaugural football league. This momentous event was a landmark in the country's sporting history, representing the birth of a national passion that would dominate Brazil's cultural landscape. The year 1923 was significant as it saw the crystallization of the Brazilian national team. Their first encounter on the international stage was a thrilling face-off against Exeter City. Despite this initial culminating in a draw, it did not dampen the spirits of the fiery Brazilians. Instead, it symbolized the genesis of Brazil's dynamic journey on the international football scene. Fast forward to 1958, a crucial year for Brazilian football. This was the year when Brazil, a nation passionate about football, was captivated by an emerging talent. A 17-year-old prodigy, Pele, stepped onto the world stage, changing the face of Brazilian football forever. The World Cup that year was Brazil's proving ground, with Pele at the helm showcasing his skills. Spectators around the globe were left spellbound as he expertly glided past defenders, scoring goal after goal. The world watched in awe as the young Pele danced around defenders, scoring 6 goals in the tournament. The 70s and 80s were golden eras for Brazilian football. This was a time when the country's vibrant culture was reflected on the football pitch. Their performances a brilliant blend of technical wizardry and artistic flair, a true embodiment of the Brazilian spirit. The national team, led by the legendary Pele, clinched their third world in 1970. This victory solidified Brazil's dominance on the global stage and positioned them as the team to beat. Subsequently, the next decade was marked by the dazzling performances of Socrates, Zico, and who exemplified the country's unique samba style of football. These players, with their remarkable skill and finesse, continued to keep audiences around the world spellbound. The following decade, Brazil's Socrates, Zico, and Falcao mesmerized the world with their samba style of football. Brazil's football supremacy persisted as the new millennium dawned. As the calendar turned to 2002, the renowned South American nation once again found itself on the world stage, under the helm of esteemed coach Luiz Felipe Scolari. A seasoned strategist, Scolari expertly guided his team towards victory, securing Brazil's record 5th World Cup win, an unprecedented achievement in the annals of the sport. Spearheading this triumph were Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho, the 3 Rs, who left an indelible mark with their stellar performances. They were indeed instrumental in this victory. However, the journey has not always been a bed of roses. In particular, the 2014 FIFA World Cup, which was held in the heart of Brazil, brought a wave of anguish that can still be felt today. The tournament started with high hopes and great excitement, as the Brazilian football team took the stage on home turf, promising a strong performance. However, the dreams of countless fans came crashing down during the shocking semi-final match against Germany. The Brazilian squad suffered a crushing defeat, with a scoreline that read 7-1 in favor of the Germans. This notorious game, deeply embedded in the minds of football lovers worldwide, still casts a long, haunting shadow over the nation. Yet the spirit of Brazilian football remains unbroken. This nation in South America has a deep-rooted passion for the sport, which is undoubtedly reflected in their football history. Despite the ups and downs, the country's spirit towards the sport is an enigma, a vibrant testament to its culture and its people's indefatigable zest. The continuous success of Brazil in football is not by chance but due to the exceptional talents they keep nurturing. One such prodigy, who has emerged as a beacon of hope, is Neymar. With his impeccable skills and extraordinary abilities, he has managed to engrave his name in the heart of football fans worldwide. His every move on the field is a spectacle, a testament to his commitment and dedication. Neymar, embodying the unyielding spirit of Brazil, carries the hopes of the nation on his shoulders. To summarize, the history of Brazilian football is a tale of passion, talent, and resilience. It's a narrative that's been weaving its magic since the late 19th century. Quite like an enchanting, the birthplace of some of the world's most celebrated athletes, Brazil has time and again proven its mettle on the world stage. This journey of soccer prowess and passion began modestly, evolving from a mere pastime to an international obsession. The first seeds of football were planted in Brazil by Charles Miller, a young Brazilian student who had returned from England with a football set of rules. Over the decades, the sport grew exponentially, and by the early 20th century, Brazil was already making its mark in international football. Their first international match was against Exeter City in 1914, a game that set the stage for Brazil's future footballing glory. Brazil's football history is studded with numerous World Cup victories. Their maiden triumph came in 1958, led by a 17-year-old Pele. This success was the first of many, and each victory strengthened Brazil's position as a dominant force in the world of football. The golden eras of the 70s and 80s saw Brazil produce some of the most iconic footballers the world has seen: Zico, Socrates, and Falcao, to name a few. Each of these footballing legends etched their brilliance into the annals of Brazilian football history, securing their country's status as a football powerhouse. At the turn of the century, Brazil won their record 5th World Cup, their place in the annals of football. This victory was not just a testament to their talent, but also their resilience, their ability to bounce back from defeat and emerge victorious. Despite the occasional setback, the passion for football in Brazil has never wavered. The country continues to produce world-class talent, and the sport remains as ingrained in the culture as samba music and carnival festivities. From the bustling streets of São Paulo to the sandy beaches of Rio de Janeiro, football is a way of life. Brazil. So as the sun sets on our journey, remember this: in Brazil, football is more than a game, it's a celebration of life. And as long as the samba beats in their hearts, Brazil will continue to dance to the rhythm of the beautiful game.